Leave your keys in a drop box if needed. Both pickup and drop-off are available. Quality car care service with health and safety as top priority. Billings Tire Service, 561-JEFF, and billingstire.net.
Cash on the spot. American Gold and Diamond. Jewelry, silver, coins, and gold. Bring top cash right away.
American Gold and Diamond Exchange now has 2 convenient locations on 5th and Fleschel in Tyler, and the American Gold and Diamond Exchange Rare Coin and Bullion Investment Center on South Broadway across from Wagner Cadillac. American Gold and Diamond is the East Texas market maker for gold and silver bullion and rare coins. American Gold and Diamond Exchange sets the bar, giving the highest dollar for unwanted jewelry. American Gold and Diamond Exchange pays cash on the spot, no matter the size of your transaction. If you're a collector, an investor looking for a unique gift, or you need money fast, trust the team that delivers. American Gold and Diamond Exchange with 2 Tyler locations, 5th and Fleschel and South Broadway across from Wagner Cadillac. On the web at tylergoldbuyer.com. That's tylergoldbuyer.com.
92.1 FM, The Team.
Game 2 of our doubleheader tonight. Looks like a pretty good one. The Apaches against Blinn's Buccaneers here at Wagstaff Gym. Welcome back on our pregame show, and head coach Mike Marquis is with us. Blinn was 5-0, and then they lost to Lamar State Port Arthur by 28 on Saturday. So go figure. This league is just crazy this year, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of lopsided scores. It seems whoever gets hot on a given night really plays well, and the opponent really struggles. And I talked to the Blinn's women's coach the other day, and he had told me it was the best Blinn team he'd seen since he'd been there. He's been there a long, long time, and he just thought their team was absolutely terrific. And then you get in the bus after the game and find out they got beat by 25 or whatever. So, it's right now the league's a difficult time, and without buys and any non-conference games to get healthy or confident, it's going to be a real battle.
Well, you generally get whatever they've got, the best of whatever most of these teams get. So what do you expect tonight?
Yeah, it's interesting. We don't get too many nights off where we get someone's down effort. So I would think they'll come in. They play a lot of zone. They got a couple really good Division I transfer guards, a good big, play well together. I think this is, since I've known Shu, I think it's his most cohesive team that I've seen him put together. And I think they'll come in. They'll probably be very upset with their loss and the way they played, and want to fight back for that. Hopefully, at home we shoot the ball a little bit better than we did the other day. And I've said this many times to you, if you don't shoot the ball well, you are going to look bad no matter how good your team is. And we shot the ball pretty poorly the other day, and that's how we looked.
I was going to say, speaking of upset, your guys should be upset going into this game tonight too, should they not?
Yeah, you'd like to hope so. Boy, that really rattled our confidence, though. Our young guys got over there, their band and their football play. We got intimidated pretty quickly early on, and I thought, we got dug a hole early, and then we fought back a little bit, and then we really collapsed right before halftime, and that was kind of it for us. We did have some better efforts in the second half, but we just got to get in a position where our best players are taking the most shots. Offense is not going to be a democracy. We're going to lean towards our top guys getting the most shots and see if that helps put us over a little bit.
And what are they doing to Justin Porter? He's had 2 down games scoring-wise.
Well, I think a couple things. I think that everyone's really put a focus on him and are running 2 people. I am trying to turn him into a passer and not a scorer, which means the next guy up's got to start making some shots, which we've talked about. And then I think the other thing, too, I think he's gone on the road a couple times and settled for jump shots and not attack the rim. For a guy that's shooting almost 80% from the line, we're hoping that he can get more aggressive. But he is extremely, extremely coachable, and he will make adjustments and be able to add some things back to his game that but it also is a tribute to him the way they've tried to take him out of it.
What do you expect tonight?
I think that there'll be a chance. We need to really get off to a good start. We've got to find something offensively that gives us some confidence, some layups, some dunks, some uncontested threes, And then we need to be much better in defensive transition. I really thought that we gave up more layups and dunks in that game than we had in the previous 6 months here. So we've got to make sure that we're better in defensively in transition.
This would be a nice win to get tonight, would it not? Talk about that.
No question. I think just for our confidence sake, going into such a difficult week, really 2 weeks, because you're playing two teams tied for first, and then you're going on the road to two tough places. So trying to get some wins squeaked out these next 2 weeks really be big for us and our confidence going into the second half of the season.
And it is a doubleheader, and game 2 coming up tonight between the Apaches and the Blinn Buccaneers here at Wagstaff Gym. That's head coach Mike Marquis, and the pregame show continues after this timeout.
Now more than ever, it's important to find a career you can rely on. With more than 115 degree and certificate programs, TJC can help you get there. Whether you're pursuing a healthcare profession, an industrial trade, or you're taking your first steps to an advanced degree, you can find a program at TJC that will lead to a job you love. TJC gives you the best path to the future you've always dreamed of. Find out more and get started today at tjc.edu. That's tjc.edu.
Hey, it's Doc Deason with Real Edge Real Estate in Tyler. Thanks for being part of today's TJC broadcast. As a proud Apache myself, it's an honor to help bring today's game to you. And after last year, one thing I believe we'll always appreciate a little more is TJC Athletics. When I'm not following the Apaches, I'm helping folks buy and sell property. If I can help you, feel free to call me, 903-262-8680. That's 262-8680. Check me out at DocDeasonRealEstate.com.
Hello, fans. This is Randy Grooms with Citizens First Bank, where we want to be a part of your winning team. We appreciate the value of loyal fans who always support their team. And at Citizens First, you will always talk to a real person who knows your name and is willing to assist you with any of your banking needs. Our team includes a reliable staff that is ready to put you first. From personal and business online banking to remote deposit capture, we offer the latest in new account technology that will keep you and your business in the game and save you valuable time. Come and see what it's like to do business with the only A-plus rated bank in East Texas, where we'll help you score a touchdown and put points on your financial scoreboard.
Citizens First Bank on the Southeast Loop in Tyler. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and on the web at citizensfirstbank.com.
Remember, friends, that if your ring gets too tight on your finger or too loose, we can size it to fit just right. I've had people tell me they quit wearing beautiful rings they own because they just didn't fit anymore. When I would suggest getting those rings sized, they were surprised that there was such a simple fix. I'm Judy of Jim's Jewelers. If your ring doesn't fit, don't put it in a drawer or a jewelry box where it might sit for years. Bring it into us. We'll size it for you. It usually takes just a day or two. Whether it's too tight or too loose, when you get your ring back, it will be polished and bright. It'll look brand new to you. And the cost, well, it starts around $45 plus tax. For sizing, for watch batteries, for any repairs, and yes, for diamonds too, come see us. We'll take care of you like nobody's business except ours. Jim's Jewelers, Old Troop Highway at Golden Road in Tyler.
92.1 FM, The Team. This is The Team, 92.1 FM, KRWR Tyler. The Dan Patrick Show, 8 to 11. You're on The Team.
TJC men and Blinn, game 2 of our doubleheader tonight. Scott Schumacher starting lineup. 6'3" sophomore Calvin Carpenter from Natchitoches, Louisiana. Judah Jordan, a 6'2" sophomore from Baltimore. Tyler Washington, a 6'7" freshman from Delhi, Louisiana. Austin Galupo, a 6'4" sophomore, Santa Clarita, California. And Bonke Mering, a 6'10" sophomore from Cypress, Texas. Their leading scorer, Davian Coleman, a freshman from Houston, comes off the bench at 22 a game. For the Tyler Apaches, Mike Marquis in his 20th season, 6-foot freshman Justin Porter out of Sky Ridge in the Houston area, averaging 16 points a game, 11th in the conference. The other members of the starting lineup, and it's a little different tonight. Scott Turner, a 6'4" sophomore from All Saints, averaging 11.4 points and 7.8 rebounds, 9th in the conference. Mason Matthews, a 6'8" freshman, Maumee, Arkansas, 7.2 points and 3 3.8 rebounds. Cody Collinsworth is a 7'1 sophomore from Lindale who averages 5.7 points per ball game. Isaac Aguilar, a 6'10 sophomore from Union City, New Jersey, has 9.4 points and 6.6 rebounds. So clearly a bigger, tighter lineup to start with tonight. And whether or not Coach Marquis is sending messages to some of these guys remains to be seen, but it is a big lineup tonight. They've got two of their three biggest players on the floor. Justin Porter on point. Enoch Fatati, the kid from Paddlestein, will not start the game tonight. Tyler will go right to left on your device. It'll be Collinsworth, a 7'1 center out of Lindale, jumping center against Tyler Washington, and the tip is controlled by Blinn. They go left to right. Tyler goes right to left. First possession just underway. Men play 20-minute halves, and the Blinn Buccaneers playing against this 2-3 Apache zone. Go baseline left side. Gallupo in the lane, leaning one-hander, no good. Ball partially rejected, perhaps by one of the Apaches. I think Collinsworth might have gotten a hand on the ball, and it's out of bounds off Blinn after the miss. The Apaches will control. So TJC with the ball, wearing their home gold shorts and tops, with Apaches in block white across the front, or Tyler in block white across the front with white numerals trimmed in black. Down low to Aguilar, rejected underneath by Washington, and rebounded by Judah Jordan. Jordan to the baseline. Gallupo will take it to the rack. His banker is good. So Austin Gallupo, averaging 8 a game, makes it 2-0 Blinn. We're not quite a minute into the ball game. Left side feed for Scott Turner out of All Saints. Low post for Aguilar. Back to Collinsworth. Will shoot a 3 straight away. In and out. No good. And the rebound again comes down to Jude Jordan. The Blinn guard will work the point. Go right side for Gallupo to Jordan. Around the perimeter to Calvin Carpenter. Carpenter starts a drive. He'll lean over Collinsworth using his body to shield and misses the layup. Collinsworth got a piece of him and no foul call that time. And the Apaches get the rebound, and they'll bring it up left side. Scotty Turner will start a drive and now pull up, left free throw line extended. Now go left to right, bring it back out to Justin Porter. Taps his head with his left hand, calls the play, gets a screen from Collinsworth. Collinsworth to Aguilar. Back to Justin, who hasn't been scoring much lately, and he hits here. Yes, a 3 that hit both sides of the rim and falls. In back-to-back games, 7 and 10 points respectively, and Justin Porter needed that to get the Apache started. They lead 3-2. Short inside jump hook. Bonke Mary, it knocks it down over Aguilar. It's a 4-3 Blinn lead. About 2 minutes into the game, Tyler trailing by 1. Aguilar at the top between the rings, playing pitch with Porter on the right free throw line extended. Now to the baseline to Collinsworth. Collinsworth to the low post, intended for Turner, off his fingertips, pass a little bit high. So the Apaches turn it over. It's a 4-3 ball game. Blinn with the lead. That gets Coach Marquis up off the Tyler bench. And number 3, Judah Jordan, the sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland, will bring it across the timeline. Gallupo back over to Jordan against this Tyler zone. Right side quarter court. Working it with the right hand, now left hand dribble. Pulls up for a 3. That's a back iron miss and a rebound by Cody Collinsworth. Hand it to Porter, and he'll start bringing it up for Tyler. Cross that Tyler logo at the mid-court stripe. Cut off, kicks it over to Matthews in the corner, knocked out of bounds through Aguilar, who gave the pass over to Matthews, knocked out by Blinn. Tyler will control. 20 on the shot clock, 17:25 to go in the first half here. And it'll be inbound to Justin Porter for Aguilar, who almost had it stolen. Manages to maintain possession and gives it up to Scott Turner, and they'll call timeout. Tyler will call. No, their whistle blows it dead, and there will be a foul called, I think, against Bonke Mary. Is that right? Is that the first foul of the game, or do they call short timeout by Blinn? No foul call that time. I'm not sure what exactly they called there, but apparently the official inadvertently blew the whistle. There we go. All right, now leaning one-hander by Justin Porter, and he drives inside and scores. 5-4 Tyler, all 5 by Porter. Good to see him getting off to a good offensive start tonight. Not quite 3 minutes in. Gallupo up top for Carpenter. Carpenter to the wing to Merring. Merring fall-away jumper from 13. Back iron, no good. Rebounded by Blinn. One of the Tyler players high-pointed a little too quickly that time and did not get the rebound. To Gallupo in the far corner. Out top to number 5, Tyler Washington. Washington to Jordan. Jordan into the corner. Galupo shoots over Matthews, and that is short. An air ball that Washington retrieves. So they get a third opportunity, and at the shot clock buzzer, they miss a long three, and it's rebounded by Scott Turner. Nice job by Turner, one of the league's top rebounders. Up the left side, the former All Saints Trojan bounces inside, and this is Porter again, and he'll lay it in again. Check that. Blessing Adespe, who's checked into the game, gets the bucket. Blessing Adespe, the freshman from Houston, makes it 7-4 Apaches. Galupo, low post Washington. Underneath Washington to Merring, and Merring's reverse layup is off the front of the rim. Adespe with a rebound. Now Porter will bring it up. Porter, looking for a little help, gives it to Blessing Adespe. He's been battling injuries of late. To Turner, back to Adespe, near side low post. Spin right, spin left, layup off the front of the rim. And rebounded by Blinn. They'll take it up the right side. This will be a drive down the lane and a layup by Judah Jordan, who split the Apache defenders. It's 7-6 Tyler. 15:40 left to go here in the opening half at WAG, game 2 of the doubleheader. Tyler women routed Trinity Valley, the top-ranked team in the nation, by 23. Turner off a screen, turns, fires left wing, in and out, no good. Whistle blows it dead, and there will be a foul called on Blessing Adespe. And so the Apaches are called for their first team foul. Adespe will be whistled for that one. Tyler has one. Blinn has not committed one yet, as Jordan will bring it across the timeline. Apaches up 1. Perimeter right side. They get it inside to Washington. Banker no good, off the glass and down into the arms of Mason Matthews for TJC. And Porter to Adespe. Dribbles to the left side. Stops on the left free throw line extended. Up top for Angel Dubois, who's checked into the game. Dubois sets a screen. Porter, cross-court feed to Adespe. Adespe back to Porter. Shoots a three from the wing and drops it home, and he's off to a great start tonight with 8. It's a 10-6 ball game. Apaches lead by 4. 14:50 left to go here in the first half. The clock is not, or the score is not changed yet. It should be 10-6 Tyler. And they work it around the perimeter left side, and a drive by Jordan, and a whistle blows it dead. And this is going to be a foul on Blinn. Why did they not change the score with 14:32 to go? Foul is on the Blinn Buccaneers. Or is that on Tyler? I think they might have been on Collinsworth. Is that right? On Cody Collinsworth, that would be his first and the team's second. And finally, they get the score changed. Okay, 10-6. TJC with the lead. We knew that already. And inbounded. Washington at the baseline. Rolls off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Adespe. The right side, Porter to Adespe. Head fake. Spins in the lane. Kick it over on the right side to Mason Matthews, who's fouled on the way to the rack. Leaned, missed, but will go to the free throw line. And Kylan Owens, who's checked into the game, is called for the foul, his first, the team's first. I guess there was not a foul on TJC on that last possession. Scoreboard's kind of behind the times here right now as Mason Matthews goes to the line, hits the first free throw. So 1 on Tyler, 1 on Blinn. Both free throws by Matthews are good. He's a 78% free throw shooter. Tyler leads it 12-6, 14:15 left to go. Into the game, Braylon Seals on point. Seals has the ball right of the circle. Number 44 is Sanji Fahana. Fahana goes right side for Carpenter. Carpenter over to a teammate for a baseline jumper by Owens that ricochets out into the waiting arms of Dubois. Dubois will give it up, and the Apaches will bring it across the timeline. Left side for Scott Turner. Low post left side for Adespe. Cross-court feed for Matthews. Matthews back out to Justin Porter with 15 on the shot clock. Porter gets a screen from Dubois. He'll take it down the left side, loses the dribble. It might have been knocked out of his arms and was out of bounds. Tyler will control. They've got 11 on the shot clock and 13:40 left to go in the first half, and there's a media timeout. Tyler leads at 12-6, 13:40 left to play in the first half between the Apaches and the Blinn Buccaneers. Back in 1 minute. 92.1 FM, the team.
Now more than ever, it's important to find a career you can rely on. With more than 115 degree and certificate programs, TJC can help you get there. Whether you're pursuing a healthcare profession, an industrial trade, or you're taking your first steps to an advanced degree, you can find a program at TJC that will lead to a job you love. TJC gives you the best path to the future you've always dreamed of. Find out more and get started today at tjc.edu. That's tjc.edu.
Hey, it's Doc Deason with Real Edge Real Estate in Tyler. Thanks for being part of today's TJC broadcast. As a proud Apache myself, it's an honor to help bring today's game to you. And after last year, one thing I believe we'll always appreciate a little more is TJC athletics. When I'm not following the Apaches, I'm helping folks buy and sell property. If I can help you, feel free to call me, 903-262-8680. That's 262-8680. Check me out at DocDeasonRealEstate.com.
92.1 FM, The Team.
13:40 to go in the first half. 12-6. Tyler leading Blinn. Apaches with the lead in the ball. One foul on each team. And Tyler with a 6-point advantage, their largest so far in the game. Apaches prepare to inbound. They flip it into Mason Matthews. Porter on point. Left wing Dominic Michael, who inbounded the ball, gets it baseline to Adespi. Underneath Adespi, rejected, but a foul called as the ball was blocked by Kylan Owens. And Blessing Adespi will go to the free throw line. It's number 2 on Blinn. And the foul is on Sammy Fahana. His first, the team's second, and that'll send Blessing Adespi to the line. Adespi, again, a freshman from the Houston area, had some injury problems, but played quite a bit on Saturday and is playing a ton tonight. First free throw is good. So it's good to see him getting an opportunity to play. I know Coach Marquis likes his ability, and so Adespi getting early quality minutes here tonight. Both free throws are good. Tyler leads at 14-6. It's an 8-point spread, their largest. Blinn coming off a 28-point loss to Lamar State on Saturday after winning their first 5. Pass across the lane from Davian Coleman, who's checked in, is knocked out by the Apaches. Coleman has checked into the game for the first time. The freshman from Houston's averaging nearly 22 a game. He's 4th in the conference. And Braylon Seals on point. They hand it to Coleman. Coleman's going to shoot a 25-footer and rattles it home. Maybe that's why. He's shooting 53% from beyond the arc, and he buried that one. It's 14-9, and that was an NBA 3 that he just shot. The ball knocked out of bounds as Adespi tries to go baseline for Dominic Michael. It's kicked out by Blinn, and TJC will control. Right at 13 minutes left to go here in the first half, and Mason Matthews will inbound under the Tyler bucket to our left. Inbounded to Michael. Up right side, Enoch Fatati, who's checked in. Fatati on point for Tyler. Left side for Dominic Michael. In the lane for Adespi. Out to Fatati. Over to Mason Matthews for 3. Yes! Bottom of the net, Mason Matthews. One of Tyler's, perhaps their best three-point shooter at 39%. Makes it 17-9. TJC, an 8-point spread. 12:40 to go. Coleman around a screen. Will step back for another 3. Back iron miss. Rebounded underneath by number 44, Fahana. And there's contact. One of the Apaches, I think, came down on top of him, and Fahana will go to the free throw line. This is on Dominic Michael. First on Michael. That'll be the second on the team. Second team foul on TJC. And Sammy Fahana, a freshman from Dublin, Ireland, will go to the free throw line. First free throw is up and good. Averages right at 3 points a game for the Bucks. Their head coach, Scott Schumacher, once upon a time the head coach at Kilgore College. Second free throw, no good. Tyler gets the easy rebound. They lead by 7. They'll bring it up. Fatati and Blessing Adespi work the guard positions for the Apaches. Fatati to Mason Matthews to the low post for Dubois. Stolen by Blinn, but stolen right back on an errant pass by Mason Matthews. And the Apaches get a fresh shot clock with 12:12 to go. Fatati around a Dubois screen to Adespi. Adespi in the lane. Kick it over to Michael. Michael's going to take it to the rack underneath. Fouled on the way to the hole, trying to reverse the layup. And he got hammered that time by Kylan Owens, his second. That'll be their third, and that'll send Dominic Michael, the 6'6 freshman from Seattle, Washington, to the free throw line. Tyler, again, a big freshman influence this year. The only returning player with significant minutes from last year was Scott Turner, who played on that 25-3 regular season regional championship team. Dominic Michael's first free throw, no good. He's averaging 4 points, 3.6 rebounds a game. Back into the game, Bonky Merring for Blinn. And the second free throw coming for Dominic Michael. They're up 7. Their largest lead has been 8, and they're back out to an 8-point spread as Michael makes it an 18-10 ball game. We're 8 minutes in. The Apaches have been perfect from home so far this year. All 3 of their home wins at Wagstaff Gym. Up top left side, Braylon Seals. Seals in the lane to Calvin Carpenter. In traffic, contact on the way in. A blocking foul called on Angel Dubois, the Apaches. The Seals drives inside, and he'll go to the free throw line. Here, the Calvin Carpenter will go to the line. Following Dubois' foul, that'll be Tyler's third, and that'll send Calvin Carpenter, a sophomore from Natchitoches, 14 points in the loss on Saturday to Lamar State. And his free throw is no good. They average 82 a game and shoot 74%. Tyler, the lowest scoring team in the conference right now at 64.8 per game, but also one of the best defensive teams statistically at 69.8 and just 37.6% for their opponents from the field. Those are both among the conference's best numbers. Second free throw, also no good. Tyler's lead still 8. Apaches with the ball. But they would like to pick it up offensively. Enoch Fatati on point, left side for Turner. Turner lob inside for Aguilar, knocked away and stolen by Blinn. Up the right side, Braylon Seals. Free throw line jumper is around and down. Seals on the board for the first time, 18-12. Apaches lead by 6, 11:20 to go. Aguilar, left side for Scott Turner. Aguilar sets himself up on the low post, but instead the Apaches throw it away. Not sure who that one was intended for. Picked up by Seals. Seals to Carpenter down the near side. Carpenter for 3. That ball is short. Followed no good that time by Blinn. And there's a loose ball foul to be called, I think, against Braylon Seals. Make that Calvin Carpenter his first, the team's fourth. And with 11:04 to go, the Apaches will bring Justin Porter back into the ball game. Going out, Fatati, Collinsworth. Check out. In the game right now, Dubois, along with Aguilar. Justin Porter back on point. Dominic Michael is out there right now. Porter's got the ball left wing. Drop it inside for Dubois. Knocked away. Kick it over on the right side into the low post to Isaac Aguilar. Underneath Aguilar, forced to the baseline and pushed out of bounds. And that may be a foul called. It will be their 5th of the first half, and that's going to be a foul called on Fahana, his second, the team's 5th. And the Apaches will inbound baseline left. 18-12, they lead this game by 6. With 10:46 left to play in the first half, we should be further along. We had a 26-minute leaky roof delay in the women's game, third quarter. So how about a rain delay here at a basketball game? Left side for Scott Turner. Caught in the corner. Instead, we'll bring it back out to Porter for 3. Drops in another one. Boy, Porter is hot. He's got 11 of Tyler's 21, and he's their offense. 10.5 minutes to go, but they lead by 9. Right side feed, drive right wing. This is Davian Coleman, loses the handle on it. Ball goes out of bounds, and a foul on Scott Turner. Contact on the way in as Turner is called for his first, the team's 4th, and they will inbound under the bucket to our right, to Austin Galupo. Long inbound feed up top for Judah Jordan. Jordan to Tyler Washington. On the wing, right wing, this will be Coleman. He misses a 3. And the long rebound to Aguilar. Up the right side, Dominic Michael goes baseline, cut off. Dominic will bring it back out. Porter on point, over to Aguilar. Around the perimeter left side for Turner. Turner, left free throw line extended, inside for Aguilar. Spins outside, inside, layup Aguilar. Nicely done. Low post, inside, outside move, and a left-hand layup. Gives Tyler an 11-point lead, 23-12. 9:50 to go in the first half. It's their largest lead of the night so far. Left wing feed for Washington. Hand the ball back to Lupo. Baseball pass across the lane. Winds up in the hands of Davian Coleman. Coleman inside. Blocking foul called on his miss, but very aggressively. Davian Coleman, I can see why he's their leading scorer. He's not afraid to take it inside, and this is on Dubois. Second on Dubois and 5th on Tyler. Blocking foul will send Davian Coleman, a 76% free throw shooter, to the line. 23 on Saturday against Lamar State, and he comes off the bench, and he is averaging right at 22 points a game, and their leading scorer, and hits the first free throw. Collinsworth is in. Dubois is out. They need to be careful with Dubois. He's got 2 fouls already. The Tyler inside, their centers have all been good. Collinsworth DNP'd on Saturday, but is playing tonight, and both free throws by Davian Coleman are good. 23-13, or 23-14, the Apache lead is 9. Aguilar holding the ball over his head between the circles. 2-hand pass to Collinsworth on the near side. Long pass over the head of Dominic Michael into the third row. It's empty, but into the third row, and the guard, Judah Jordan, has to climb into the stands to retrieve the basketball. Normal night, normal year, and one of the fans would have thrown it back, but we have no fans here tonight. Into the front court, it'll be Judah Jordan on point. Jordan working left, picked up over there on the wing. Back on the right side for a 3 that is no good by Washington. Ricochets out of bounds, and it's off. Apparently the Apaches may have been the last to touch, and that one goes into the second row, where it's retrieved again by Judah Jordan. That's his job tonight. He gets to go chase the loose ball, much like the playground. Galupo off the inbound. Blinn with the ball, approaching the 9-minute mark. Inside for Bonky Mehring. Outside in a low post pass intended for Washington from Jordan. It goes out of bounds. Nobody there to get it. I don't think they expected him to pass. I think they thought he would shoot the 3. But instead, looking for the cutter at the baseline, throws that ball away from Washington. Tyler with the ball. They lead it by 9. Left side for Turner. Turner out top for Collinsworth. Collinsworth to Justin Porter. And Porter looking left. Shovel pass inside. Working inside for Aguilar. Jump hook is short. Make that Collinsworth short. Down the right side, Galupo. His 3 is no good. It sticks between the rim and the backboard. And it's Tyler's ball with 8:34 to go. 23-14. The Apaches lead the Buccaneers by 9. 8:34 left to play here in the first half. Mason Matthews, who's sitting in the second row, will come in. Again, the Apaches have it spaced out. They've got players on both sides 3 rows deep in this COVID-affected basketball season. Properly socially distanced, I suppose. And it'll be Galupo inside. Washington off a screen. Banker got it. Got the inbound feed, dropped it home. Tyler's lead cut to 7. We're at 8:25 left to play in the first half of play. Aguilar, left side for Turner. Scotty Turner, wearing number 12 on that gold jersey. Flip it up top to Collinsworth. Low post inside for Aguilar. He's got position, and he's got the layup. Aguilar with a nice turn-in and a great pass by Collinsworth to drop a dime right into his breadbasket. 25-16. Tyler by 9. 8 minutes left to go in the first half. Right side feed. This will be Davian Coleman. Coleman to Washington. Washington to Jordan. Back to Coleman. He'll shoot a long 3 over Turner and got it. Second 3, he's got 8. The lead is 25-19 as Coleman bombs in a 3. They average 40% from beyond the arc, and much of it is Coleman. Porter goes right, now left, into the corner. It's Aguilar, and a 3-second violation, I believe, called against the Apaches. And up 6 with 7:37 to go. The Apaches turn it over. Collinsworth will come to the Tyler bench, as will Scotty Turner. Tyler brings a couple of new faces into the game. Tavion Anderson is in for the Apaches. They settle into their zone. Give Blinn some room. Inside, up and off the glass. Number 15 is Coleman, and he's got 10, and it's a 4-point ball game. He's an inside-outside kind of guy, and that time he had inside position. Coleman looking left. Tavion, bounce feed in the lane. Intended for an Apache. Broken up, but picked it back out to Aguilar. The Apaches missed, but they get it back out to Tavion Anderson, who got the loose ball rebound. And it's Justin Porter who dribbles it right side. Aguilar sets a screen. Porter, free throw line, kick it over on the left wing. Anderson inside with the drive. Teardrop jumper, no good. Tip, no good by Aguilar. Scramble for the loose ball, and the Apaches come out of there with it. Aguilar has it and then had it stripped. Scramble underneath, and it's Judah Jordan. Jordan leaves a pass inside, and that's another layup by Bonky Mehring to cut the lead to 2, 25-23. and the Apaches call timeout. 6:31 left to play. Tyler calls a timeout. Their lead cut to 25-23, and this is a 30-second. It's a 1-minute timeout on 92.1 FM, The Team.
For over 50 years, Jeff Billings and Billings Tire Service have provided complete car care service to East Texas, and they continue to do so with your health and safety the #1 priority. The waiting area at 2150 West Grande Boulevard is sanitized and rearranged to ensure social distancing, or you can stay in your car during the service. Employees are taking added safety and sanitary precautions. Leave your keys in a drop box if needed. Both pickup and drop-off are available. Quality car care service with health and safety as top priority. Billings Tire Service, 561-JEFF and BillingsTire.net.
When Jersey Mike's gives a sub some sizzle, the hot grill is the way. Every cheesesteak we make starts fresh, made to order atop a sizzling hot flat-top grill. The right way. The way meat, cheese, and peppers are prepared their piping hot best. It's the way Jersey Mike's has been doing it all along. Because when you're making a cheesesteak, a sizzling flat-top grill is really the only way. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
92.1 FM, The Team.
Blinn scored 7 in a row, and they've cut the 9-point lead to 2, 25-23, with 6:31 left to play. First half action. Game 2 of our doubleheader. The Tyler women defeated Trinity Valley 65-42 tonight. Held them to half of their scoring average for the season, and really put a dent into TVCC. Big win for Coach Trina and the Apache ladies. Now the men try to follow suit tonight. They've led much of the first half, but they're leading jeopardy right now. They've got the ball going right to left on your device. Left side feed. This is Justin Porter, wearing #1 on that gold Tyler jersey. Top of the circle, looking for a blessing of Despy. Despy back to Porter. We're down to 8 on the shot clock and 6:13 to go in the first half. And a long 3, and that's in and out for Justin Porter. And the ball's knocked out of bounds. Or was it saved by Blinn? Blinn did save it. Nice play by Bonky Maring. And across the timeline, tie on this possession. Under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Top of the circle, left side feed, Elias Nagoga, and he passes to the wing, and Coleman misses a 3. There's a loose ball, and it's controlled by Tyler. Porter will bring it into the front court. Head fake, drives right down 5th Street. Layup is short. Rebounded underneath by Blessing and Despy. He puts it back up and got fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line, I believe. Maybe not. It'll be the 6th foul. It'll belong to Tyler, but I think that's going to be check that. It was a tie ball possession error to Tyler. Not a foul, but a tie ball possession error to the Apaches. So they do get, with 20 seconds on a reset shot clock with 5:40 to go, they do get to inbound. And it'll be Tavian Anderson doing the honors baseline left. And Anderson will slap the ball and prepare to throw it in. Better hurry. Long inbound feed into the to midcourt to Justin Porter. He'll bring it back. 15 on the shot clock. Left side feed for Anderson. Anderson back to Coleman. Coleman to Anderson. Baseline. Kick it up top to Aguilar. Will drive in the lane. Dish over to Blessing Adespe. That ball is rejected by Blinn. And at the other end, Davian Coleman's looking to tie the game. He misses the fall-away layup. Tyler with the rebound. At the other end, here come the Apaches and Justin Porter going coast to coast. He's got 13 of Tyler's 27, and their lead is 27-23. We're at 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Front court, #1, Braylon Seals on point. Elias Nagoga over on the wing, and a fall-away Davian Coleman 3 is short, but did he commit the foul or draw the foul? I think they're going to call him for the foul.
Offensive foul shot. Number 45.
That's on Fajana, Nagoga.
That's his first.
Nagoga's first is the team's 6th. And so, as Coleman leaned into that shot, he didn't get called, but one of his teammates did. And Tyler with the ball and a 4-point lead with 4:48 to go in the opening half. Again, an empty gym tonight, except for the folks needed to put the game on. Tavion Anderson bounces into the lane, finds Aguilar. Aguilar having some trouble getting away from Bonky Marin, gets it back out top to Porter. 13 on the shot clock, 4.5 to go. Around a Nadespi screen, and it's a moving screen. They're going to call a foul, I think, on Blessing Nadespi. Second on Nadespi, that'll be number 6 on Tyler. So each team with 6 personal fouls, and they say Nadespi was moving when he set that screen. He'll come out, and Scott Turner will check in with 4:27 left to play in the first half. DJC leading by 4, but Blinn had cut an 11-point spread down to 2. And Judah Jordan, their point guard from Baltimore, on point between the circles. Right side feed to Coleman. Coleman back to Jordan. Jordan inside to Tyler Washington. His high banker, no good. From point-blank range, off the glass and off the rim, into the waiting arms of Mason Matthews. Here's Porter to Turner. Left side feed for Anderson. Free throw line extended. Anderson bounces to Aguilar. Free throw line jumper left short. Scramble for it. Aguilar gets it back. Ball still loose and finally retrieved by Tyler. After 3 players touched it, Turner is open from the wing. He misses the 20-footer. Matthews goes for the rebound. There's a scramble for it. A whistle blows, and there may be a foul coming against Blinn. Yeah, this is going to be on Blinn's Judah Jordan. 7th on the team. So Tyler's in the 1-and-1 bonus with 3:37 to go, and that'll send Mason Matthews to the line. Matthews with 5 points in the first half, including a 3 earlier in the half. He's 2 for 2 from the free throw line and drops this one in. So the front end of the 1-and-1, Matthews converts, and the Apaches lead by 5. See if Matthews can make this a 6-point ball game. He does not. He misses the free throw. He was the only Tyler player in double figures with 11 on Saturday at Trinity Valley. Not a good day offensively for the Apaches. Long 3 on the way by Coleman, no good. Rebound underneath by Merring, and he puts it back up and in. 28-25. Tyler's lead cut to 3. Nice offensive work by Bonky Merring for Blinn. Left side, here's Anderson. Anderson to Porter, inside Aguilar, high post spin, right, left, back to the right, outside for Matthews, banking 3, no good, and it'll be rebounded by Galupo. Jordan will bring it across the timeline to Coleman in the corner. Around Matthews, they call him for traveling. And so the Apaches get the possession back with 2:58 to go, leading 28-25 here at Wagstaff Gymnasium on a cold and earlier rainy Wednesday night that caused the roof leak, or revealed the roof leak. Porter with it for Tyler. Feed over on the wing to Turner. Turner to Matthews. Low post again for Aguilar. No-look feed intended for Turner in the lane. Scramble after the ball was knocked away. And after all of that, Turner, I think, tied up one of the Blinn Buccaneers. Who does it belong to? Maybe they called Turner for traveling. I think that's ultimately what they called, as Turner dove for the ball. On the floor, he's called for traveling with 2:36 left to play. We'll check some scores from around the country in both college basketball and the NBA coming up at the half. TJC will be home against Panola at 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. The women will play here against Paris next Wednesday night. Down low inside for Merring. This one's off the front of the rim. Nicely done by Aguilar, who may have gotten a piece of the ball, but certainly distracted the shot. And Porter up the right side. Porter to Matthews. Thought about a 3. Won't. Turner left side for Anderson. Down to 2:11 to go in the opening half. The Apaches up 3 to Porter. Gets a screen from Aguilar. Around it. Left to the lane. Down for Justin Porter. Boy, Porter sees it, guns it tonight. Pulling the trigger for, 15 points in the first half. 15 of Tyler's 30. They lead 30-25 with 1:50 to go. Down the lane right side, Coleman to answer, off the back iron, no good. Going left to right across the lane, floats it up, hits the back iron, rejected out by the bucket, and it'll be TJC's Tavion Anderson to Turner. Turner in the lane, Aguilar's fall away, free throw line jumper is nothing but net. 6 for Aguilar, 32-25 Tyler. 1:25 left to play in the first half. The Apaches lead it by 7. Judah Jordan over on the right side for Washington, and he drops in a 3. Tyler Washington nails a 3 to make it 32-28. And Tyler's lead cut to 4 with 1:05 left to go. Tavion Anderson dribbles right, now left, now right. Looking for a little help in the lane. He ran right into Aguilar and lost the ball. Here's a 3-on-2, and Coleman will take it down the lane. He's stripped by Porter. The ball goes out of bounds off Tyler. Nice defensive play by Justin Porter to prevent the easy layup. 56.4 to go, 26 on the shot clock. The Bucks will inbound. Cody Collinsworth will check back in. So will Dominic Michael. Aguilar will come out, as will Tavion Anderson. Bucks inbound under the bucket to our right near that padded wall. And it'll be Carpenter inbounding to Galupo. 3 on the way, no good. Rebounded by Bonky Merring. He misses the follow. And Tyler clears. Dominic Michael is there to clean the glass. And the Apaches will walk it up. Down to 43 seconds left in the first half. They spread the floor. Justin Porter on point. 18 on the shot clock. Porter looking to find an opening here as he looks for a screen from Collinsworth, gets it. Looks left, dribbles that way, takes it down the lane. High banking layup try, partially rejected, and it's rebounded. Carpenter will bring it up for Blinn. They can work for the final shot if they want to. 19 seconds and the shot clock is off. And they spread them out here. Judah Jordan will spread the floor. Tyler up 32-28 with 10 seconds left. Jordan to Galupo, back to Jordan with 6 seconds left. Jordan to Washington, straight away 3 on the way. Back iron, no good. 2 seconds left. Rebounded by Tyler. 80-footer at the buzzer that hit the rim, but that's all for Justin Porter. And at halftime, the Apaches will go to the locker room with a 4-point lead over the Blinn Buccaneers. Tyler 32, Blinn 28. We're back in 3 minutes on 92.1 FM, The Team.
Now more than ever, it's important to find a career you can rely on. With more than 115 degree and certificate programs, TJC can help you get there. Whether you're pursuing a healthcare profession, an industrial trade, or you're taking your first steps to an advanced degree, you can find a program at TJC that will lead to a job you love. TJC gives you the best path to the future you've always dreamed of. Find out more and get started today at tjc.edu. That's tjc.edu.
Hi, Doc Deason here with Real Edge Real Estate in Tyler and proud TJC Apache. You know, even though we all bleed red, I like to think there's at least a twinge of black and gold in my blood. TJC is that close to my heart, and I know I'm not alone in that respect either. So having TJC basketball back on the court and on the radio is exciting as we continue to come out the other side of this COVID tunnel. Today's game is a testament to that fact, and I'm so glad you're part of it. Now, if you or someone you know are in need of real estate help, I would be happy to field any questions you might have. I work with buyers and sellers, first-timers and long-timers. I've seen quite a bit in this last 13 years. I'm one of the easiest people to find in Tyler, too. Of course, a phone call is always welcome at 903-262-8680. That's 262-8680. Testimonials can be found online anytime at DocDeasonRealEstate.com. That's DocDeasonRealEstate.com.
All across East Texas, 7 days a week, there's a Maddox man ready to answer your call for those untimely AC problems, electrical malfunctions, and the always never fun plumbing issue. No matter where you are in East Texas or what time of day it may be, there's a Maddox man ready to answer your call. Visit MaddoxAC.com. AC, electrical, plumbing, Maddox Residential and Commercial Services. Your home or office, air, heat, electrical, and plumbing systems are mostly out of sight, hopefully not out of mind. Neglect of these systems can lead to unexpected and likely unnecessary expense in the future. With the Maddox Comfort Plan, you can avoid many large and unexpected expenses, ensuring your AC and heat, electrical, and plumbing systems are performing efficiently all year long. Contact us today and let's discuss a Maddox Comfort Plan for your home or office. Visit MaddoxAC.com or call 903-592-6531. Trust Maddox.
Texas license TECL 18026.
Well, howdy, partner. I'm Tina, inviting you down to Tina's Tiny Belt Buckle Emporium. You want regular belt buckles, you say? No, we ain't got none of them big old boys, but we do got oodles and oodles of teeny tiny belt flattering, tweezer, tickling little old belt buckles. Woo! It's a whole new world of pants keeping over here. Let me tell you what.
Not 100% Texan. Yeah! When only 100% Texan will do, get our new sweet and spicy honey hot chicken strip country basket. DQ, eat like a Texan at participating Texas DQs.
92.1 FM, The Team.
Bill Coates at Wagstaff Gym. It's halftime. Game 2 of our doubleheader, the TJC Apaches leading the Blinn Buccaneers 32-28. The Tyler women beat Trinity Valley in surprisingly easy fashion. The top-ranked Lady Cardinals came in with a 5-0 record, but Tyler dealt them a 65-42 whipping tonight. So a big win for Coach Trina Tillis-Hort. Tyler's largest lead in this game has been 11 so far. The Apaches lead by 4 at the half. Justin Porter, the freshman from Cy Ridge, has 15 to lead the Tyler scores, and in fact all scores. Mason Matthews and Isaac Aguilar with 6 each. Blessing Adespe has contributed 4, and Dominic Michael has a free throw. For the Blinn Bucks, their leading scorer, Davion Coleman, has 10 points off the bench, including a couple of threes. Bonky Maring from Cyprus, their 6'10 sophomore center, has 6. Tyler Washington with 5 and 2 each. Braylon Seals, Judah Jordan, Austin Galupo, and Sammy Fajana has 1 point. And the Apaches, again, holding a 4-point halftime lead over the Blinn Buccaneers. Coming up, scores from around college basketball after this 3-minute timeout on 92.1 FM The Team.
Now more than ever, it's important to find a career you can rely on. With more than 115 degree and certificate programs, TJC can help you get there. Whether you're pursuing a healthcare profession, an industrial trade, or you're taking your first steps to an advanced degree, you can find a program at TJC that will lead to a job you love. TJC gives you the best path to the future you've always dreamed of. Find out more and get started today at tjc.edu. That's tjc.edu.
Hey, it's Doc Deason with Real Edge Real Estate in Tyler. Thanks for being part of today's TJC broadcast. As a proud Apache myself, it's an honor to help bring today's game to you. And after last year, one thing I believe we'll always appreciate a little more is TJC athletics. When I'm not following the Apaches, I'm helping folks buy and sell property. If I can help you, feel free to call me, 903-262-8680. That's 262-8680. Check me out at DocDeasonRealEstate.com.
Are you looking for that sweet deal on a quality used car, truck, or SUV?
Anyway, let's get serious. You want to buy this car, what?
Quality Investments has just what you need on Highway 69 North across from Harris Nursery and on the web at quality-investments.com. You can buy there and pay there. All quality investment vehicles are thoroughly checked out to ensure they are cream of the crop. Stop burning gas and use your time wisely. Bank financing is available, or you can buy there and pay there. A pre-owned car, truck, or SUV can be a good investment if you trust the dealer. East Texans trust Evan Swinford and Quality Investments. Are you looking for that back-to-school vehicle, work truck, or that luxury vehicle? Shop the entire inventory at quality-investments.com and on Highway 69 North across from Harris Nursery. Quality Investments.
But what do you need to know?
A smooth-running, dependable truck, SUV, or car is no accident. It takes regular maintenance by professionals trained in today's technology, and that means you need an auto repair and auto maintenance partner you can trust. Robertson Automotive continues to be that partner, even in these difficult times. Robertson Automotive is open with their state-of-the-art full-service auto repair service center just a half-mile past the loop on Highway 155 South. Auto repair is considered an essential business, and the staff at Robertson Automotive are ready to serve. The lobby is open again with appropriate measures to ensure your health and safety. They work on all vehicles, including light-duty diesels. Every technician is ASE certified, including 3 master techs. You can trust Robertson Automotive to keep you running during these difficult times and anytime. Since 1992, Robertson Automotive, a half-mile south of the loop on Highway 155, and on the web at robertsonautotyler.com. That's robertsonautotyler.com.
92.1 FM, The Team.
Apaches lead Blinn 32-28 at the half. Game 2 of our doubleheader. A little later than usual because we had a 26-minute delay in the third quarter of the women's game because the roof was leaking. Call it a rain delay. Thankfully, the rain is held off, and so the roof's not leaking. You'll still have to get that repaired before the Apaches play Panola here on Saturday afternoon. College basketball finals. 8th-ranked Houston wins at South Florida 82-65 tonight, while 9th-ranked Virginia wins at Georgia Tech 57-49. Number 15 Iowa has defeated number 25 Rutgers 79-66 at home. Midway through the second half, number 16 Tennessee has a 67-54 lead over Georgia. Fifth-ranked Villanova leads Marquette in the first half, 33-27. First half score, Ole Miss over number 10 Missouri, 36-35. Also early in the ball game, number 21 Wisconsin and Nebraska tied at 5. Baylor and Oklahoma were postponed tonight. Meanwhile, among the NBA games on the docket tonight, a final. Toronto wins at Washington, 137-115. Hawks lead the Mavericks 100-96 with about 8 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter of that game at the American Airlines Center. Nets over the Pacers 76-60 in the third. Grizzlies lead the Hornets 99-80 in the third quarter. And those are just some of the scores from around the NBA. The TJC Apache men up 4 on Blinn at halftime in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Second half action from Wagstaff Gym coming up on 92.1 FM The Team.
Now more than ever, it's important to find a career you can rely on. With more than 115 degree and certificate programs, TJC can help you get there. Whether you're pursuing a healthcare profession, an industrial trade, or you're taking your first steps to an advanced degree, you can find a program at TJC that will lead to a job you love. TJC gives you the best path to the future you've always dreamed of. Find out more and get started today at tjc.edu. That's tjc.edu.
Hi, Doc Deason here with Real Edge Real Estate in Tyler and proud TJC Apache. You know, even though we all bleed red, I like to think there's at least a twinge of black and gold in my blood. TJC is that close to my heart, and I know I'm not alone in that respect either. So having TJC basketball back on the court and on the radio is exciting as we continue to come out the other side of this COVID tunnel. Today's game is a testament to that fact, and I'm so glad you're part of it. Now, if you or someone you know are in need of real estate help, I would be happy to field any questions you might have. I work with buyers and sellers, first-timers and long-timers. I've seen quite a bit in this last 13 years. I'm one of the easiest people to find in Tyler, too. Of course, a phone call is always welcome at 903-262-8680. That's 262-8680. Testimonials can be found online anytime at DocDeasonRealEstate.com. That's DocDeasonRealEstate.com.
American Gold and Diamond Exchange has opened their second location. That's right. Now you have a choice. The original store on 5th and Fleischl, or their beautiful new store at 3939 South Broadway, just up and across the street from Wagner Cadillac. Yes, they still pay cash on the spot for gold, silver, diamond, coins, Rolexes, and jewelry, like they've been doing for over 30 years. Whether you're selling or buying, at American Gold and Diamond, you work with brokers, not jewelers. That puts more money in your pocket. American Gold and Diamond Exchange is your full-service rare coin and bullion investment center. They're trusted, local, and established, and have paid out millions to East Texans. And now they have 2 Tyler locations to serve you. South Fleischl at 5th Street or 3939 South Broadway. Telephone 903-597-9701 for more information. That's 903-597-9701. American Gold and Diamond Exchange.
Cash on the spot. American Gold and Diamond.
When Jersey Mike's gives a sub some sizzle, the hot grill is the way. Every cheesesteak we make starts fresh, made to order atop a sizzling hot flat-top grill. The right way. The way meat, cheese, and peppers are prepared their piping hot best. It's the way Jersey Mike's has been doing it all along. Because when you're making a cheesesteak, a sizzling flat-top grill is really the only way. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
92.1 FM, The Team.
Ready for the second half of this second game of our doubleheader tonight here at WAG. The Tyler Apaches leading 17th ranked Blinn 32-28. Again, TJC at 3-2 on the season. Blinn at 5-1. They lost on Saturday, as did the Apaches. This has been kind of a low-scoring Apache-like game. They have not been a high-scoring team this year. And this has been a very physical game, and the Apaches' defense has been pretty darn good. Now they got to do it for 20 more minutes as Blinn inbounds. They go right to left on your device in the second half. Bonky Maring in the lane has it stolen by Isaac Aguiar. And Enoch Fatati will bring it across. Fatati, normally the Apache starting point guard, did not get the start tonight. Justin Porter is in. He gives it back to Fatati and away from the ball. The whistle blows. And this is going to be a foul on the TJC Apaches. And the foul is coming up on Scotty Turner. That'll be his second personal, the first on the team. 19:41 to go. And a foul on TJC relieves them of the opportunity to score on their first possession of the second half. Into the front court goes Judah Jordan, their point guard out of Baltimore. Out top of the circle, missed this time by Tyler Washington, but the ball is loose underneath, and it's out of bounds off TJC. Washington missed, knew he'd missed, and ran at the ball and caught up with Scott Turner, and Turner was the last to touch. They inbound the ball to Washington inside. Bonky Mary misses the banker, but it's retrieved in the corner by Calvin Carpenter. Carpenter, out top pass intercepted by Justin Porter. Porter into the front court, left of the lane, bang, and he starts the second half like he did the first with a bucket. He's got 17, and TJC builds the lead back out to 6, 34-28. Timeout, 30-second timeout, called by Scott Schumacher. 19:05 to go in the ball game. 34-28 Apaches. This is a 30-second timeout on 92.1 FM, The Team.
Time to buy your next car or truck? Stop by Quality Investments and let me put you in the perfect ride. I'm Taylor Swinford, and I have a vehicle to fit your needs. Looking for a pre-owned luxury SUV or clean truck? Our location on Highway 69 North between Tyler and Lindale carries a large inventory of all makes and models. With in-house financing, you buy it here and you pay for it here. Find us at quality-investments.com and drive off today in the car, truck, or SUV you've always wanted. Quality-investments.com.
92.1 FM, The Team.
Just underway in the second half, and a timeout called by Scott Schumacher after a Tyler bucket. 34-28, the Apaches with the lead. Blinn with the ball, and they inbound in front of their bench. Jordan, left wing pass to Davian Coleman to Washington. Hand the ball back to Johnson. Johnson back to Washington. Washington to Bonky Merrick at the low post. Turn around the baseline, drops it home. Nice shot that time by Merrick, who has 8 in the ball game. 34-30. Quickly up, Matthews is going to try to answer and misses the right wing three. Just a tad long. Running rebound into the front court by Carpenter. Takes it all the way in. Throws the ball away. Tried to lean and shoot. Somebody tapped it away, and it's retrieved by TJC. Turner inside for Aguiar. The layup is good. He lost his defender. Aguiar has 8. Nice pass that time by Scott Turner, who hit him with a rocket inside that time. 36-30 the score. Davian Coleman around the screen. Coleman likes to shoot the three. He loses the dribble that time on the drive. Picked up by Turner. Turner to Porter down the left side. Porter will stop it and wait for his teammates. In the corner, head fake, pulls up just inside the arc. This time it's off and tipped out of bounds by the Apaches. Just short off the front of the rim, and the Apaches not able to control Aguiar, I believe, the last to touch. 2 minutes in, Tyler up 36-30. They once led by 11, and Blinn keeping it close at 5-1, ranked number 17 in the country right now. Inside for Washington, free throw line, turnaround, fall away jumper, no good. Ball loose underneath, rebounded by Coleman. Coleman, and he got blocked that time by Aguiar. Aguiar got a piece of it. After a missed shot, Tyler thought they had the rebound, lost control. Coleman picked it up, shoots, has it blocked by Aguiar. Apaches with the ball. Porter and Fatati are the two guards on this possession. Around the Turner screen, back to Enoch Fatati. He pulls up. Banker, no good, way off the mark. Scramble by Turner underneath, and he got fouled. Turner got the rebound, tried to put it back up, and got fouled. That time by their number 15, Davian Coleman. First on Coleman, first on the team, and Scott Turner working hard, trying to get his first points of the night. We'll go to the free throw line to shoot a pair here for TJC. If he nails them, the Apaches lead by 8. First free throw is good. Tyler could take an 8-point spread here with 17-17 left to play in the second half. It's been a long night here at the gym with that nearly 30-minute drip delay in the women's game, but the Apaches trying to grind out a win as Turner hits both free throws. 38-30, the Apaches by 8. Approaching 3 minutes into the second half of the game. Judah Jordan on the right side. Up top to Fajana. Fajana to Carpenter. Carpenter back out to Judah Jordan. Jordan dribbles right. Head fake. Splits the TJC defenders. Gets caught in the corner. Trying to get out of harm's way. Turns around. Shoots and scores from inside the arc. Jordan kind of did all that himself that time running the cones. 38-32. TJC's lead is 6. Here's Porter. Porter, fall away from 20, got it. And that's jump. Check that, just inside the arc. He has 19 just inside the arc. Thought he was just beyond the line over in that far corner, but it's a 40-32 Tyler lead. Fajana at the top of the circle, shovel pass to Coleman. Being chased over there by an Apache, and that's an air ball three from straight away that's out of bounds off Blinn. Coleman a little bit out of control on that shot, and that one was way short of the mark, and he goes out of bounds off of Blinn Buccaneer. The Apaches by 8, 16-20 left to play in the regulation. Turner goes left side for Porter. Porter looks left, dribbles left, falls it around and down, and he's got 21 points in the game. As he takes it to the rack and gives the Apaches a layup with the left hand to make it a 42-32 game. Screen set by Fajana. Shovel pass inside. Merrick's reverse layup is no good. Rebounded by Fajana and put back in. Nobody blocked out that time, and Fajana got the bucket, and there's a traveling violation on Enoch Fatati as he gets to midcourt. Bunny hop on the way, and that turns it over, and so the Apaches turn it over, leading by 8 with 15:51 left to play. 42-34. Again, most of these Tyler games have been low scoring this year, and the Apaches have had to play physical and make these games kind of ugly at times because they have been offensively challenged so far this year with only 2 players averaging in double figures. And they have, well, as coach averaging 14 a game, Coach Marquis has said he'd like to cut the turnovers down by about 3 a game. And that time, an unforced error cost Tyler a possession on Fatati's traveling violation. Coleman with it on the switch. Left side for Jordan. Jordan, fall away near the three-point arc, very short of the mark, and it ricochets down to Mason Matthews off the front of the rim. Fatati across the timeline to Turner. Turner to Porter, left side, free throw line extended. Drive inside, leaves it for Fatati. Inside, intended for Aguiar, to the floor, may have been pushed to the floor, or was it an unforced error on Tyler? And apparently it's going to be a turnover as Aguilar lost his balance and they say without contact fell to the floor and turns the ball over. 15-18 left to go. Tyler by 8. Pass to the left side for Coleman. Coleman around a screen. Coleman starts to drive, leans off the glass, partially blocked that time by Aguilar. Ball loose underneath, and it'll be off Blinn. And there's a foul on the play, and it may be against the Buccaneers. And check that on Turner. Turner called for his third, the second on the Apaches, and it'll mean Kylan Owens goes to the free throw line. The way the Blinn players reacted for a moment looked like perhaps that the foul was on them. David, I did not understand what you just said. Kylan Owens with a free throw. Okay, 42-35. We'll give you a station ID coming up here at the first opportunity. Thank you, David. Second free throw by Owens is good, so he got both of them. Tyler will inbound. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification as you listen to TJC Apache basketball.
This is The Team, 92.1 FM, KRWR Tyler. Sports Talk with Bill Coates, 4 to 6. You're on The Team.
Tyler by 6, under 15 minutes left to go. The Apaches have the ball in the far corner. They get it to Adesby. Thought about it, won't. Bring it back out top to Fatati. Aguilar sets a screen. Back over to Porter, who will. Blind drive 3, short, rebounded by Judah Jordan. Jordan will bring it up. Tyler by 6. Jordan in the lane, trying to cut it to 4. Scoop layup, no good. Foul called. This will be on the Apaches. And this one will be on number 33, Isaac Aguilar, his first. And Aguilar's first is the team's third. And that'll mean free throws. The Bucks can cut it to 4 here. First free throw is good. At the line is Judah Jordan, who has 5 points in the game. Cody Collinsworth checks in for Aguilar. And the sophomore transfer from University of Portland and former Lindale Eagle is in the game. Second free throw, no good. Tyler by 5. Collinsworth with the rebound. He'll hand the ball to Fatati. He'll bring it up. 5.5 minutes into the second half. TJC by 5. Collinsworth looking to set a screen. Instead, they go left side for Justin Porter on the free throw line extended over there between the rings. Back to Fatati. Taps his head with his left hand. At number 2 on his jersey. Around a screen, looking for a little help. Finds Porter on the wing. Porter with 4 on the shot clock to Fatati. Ball's loose, picked up by Blinn. Gallupo will bring it across. The shot clock was about to expire. They had to get in a hurry, and they blew it that time. Underneath, reverse layup, good by number 15, Davian Coleman, his 12th point. That makes it a 3-point ball game. 13:55 left to go. Tyler's lead cut from 10 to 3. Out to Vitati. Right side feed. Mason Matthews to Vitati. Inside pass for Collinsworth. Reach-in foul called on their number 20, Kylan Owens. That'll be his third, if indeed it's on him. And there'll be a timeout. That'll be their second foul. Timeout on the floor. 13:46 left to play in the second half. Tyler 42, Blinn 39. We're back in 1 minute on 92.1 FM, The Team.
Now more than ever, it's important to find a career you can rely on. With more than 115 degree and certificate programs, TJC can help you get there. Whether you're pursuing a healthcare profession, an industrial trade, or you're taking your first steps to an advanced degree, you can find a program at TJC that will lead to a job you love. TJC gives you the best path to the future you've always dreamed of. Find out more and get started today at tjc.edu. That's tjc.edu.
Hey, it's Doc Deason with Real Edge Real Estate in Tyler. Thanks for being part of today's TJC broadcast. As a proud Apache myself, it's an honor to help bring today's game to you. And after last year, one thing I believe we'll always appreciate a little more is TJC athletics. When I'm not following the Apaches, I'm helping folks buy and sell property. If I can help you, feel free to call me, 903-262-8680. That's 262-8680. Check me out at DocDeasonRealEstate.com.
92.1 FM, The Team.
Following the media timeout with 13:46 to go, Tyler leads at 42-39. The Apaches will inbound. Both teams, neither team in foul trouble yet. Blinn has 2, Tyler has 3 here in the second half. Apaches will inbound. Adespe will inbound with a long inbound to Porter up near midcourt. He'll bring it back across the timeline. Got contested that time by Judah Jordan, but Justin Porter went high to get it. Left side feed. This will be Fatati. Back to Porter to Blessing Adespe in the lane, and his layup is way short that time. He did everything right, but Tyler steals the ball at midcourt, and then it's stolen back by Bonky Merrick. Tyler getting a little careless with the ball that time, and Adespe had a great drive and then hit the bottom of the rim with the layup. 13:15 to go. In the lane. And back out top around the perimeter to Gallupo. Gallupo fall away from the baseline, put the shot up, no good, may have been pushed, and this will be a foul on Tyler. And Adespe is called for the foul. Third on Adespe, that'll be the fourth on TJC. And Gallupo will be at the free throw line. He cut this game to a 1-point spread. He misses the first one. Not so sure he wasn't fouled on a 3-point try that time. I'm not sure whether he'll get, I think it's just one more shot. Okay. And hits the second one. Gallupo has 3 points. And that cuts it to a 2-point game. It's 42-40. We're about 7 minutes into the second half of this game. And Justin Porter, looking for a screen, gets it from Collinsworth. Not able to get around Judah Jordan, who comes out to pick him up, and he'll back it out. 14 on the shot clock, under 13 minutes left to go in regulation. Looking for some help. 10 on the shot clock. Fall away and got what he wanted. An open 3 and buries his 24th point. 45-40. The Apaches lead by 5. Justin Porter has done much of the damage tonight. Ball on the right side. Jordan will shoot a straightaway 3, and he knocks it down for Blinn to answer. His first 3 of the night cuts it back down to a 2-point game, 45-43. Porter in the front court spreads the floor. Looking for a little help, takes it to the free throw line, to Adespe, and back out between the rings near midcourt to Justin Porter. 12 on the shot clock, approaching the 12-minute mark. Straightaway 3 on the way. This one's no good. Back iron miss, and a rebound by Bonky Merrick, the sophomore from Cypress, Texas. They can lead or tie on this possession for the first time since early in the ball game. Left side feed for Coleman. Coleman to Jordan. Jordan to Gallupo. Gallupo with 12 on the shot clock takes it inside to Bonky Merrick. Merrick back out to Gallupo. Long 3 on the way, and it's in and out, tipped around, controlled by Tyler. After the miss, the Apaches get the rebound. Adespe tips it to Justin Porter. 11:35 left to play. Tyler with the ball. Left side feed. This will be Fatati. Down on the left wing and out top to Collinsworth. Straightaway shot, no good. Rebounded by Fajana. The Apaches not terribly good at shooting the basketball right now except for Porter. Left side feed for Coleman starts a drive, and he may have stepped on the out-of-bounds line. Both these teams making a lot of unforced errors in this game, and Tyler still leads it. And again, they've led since early in the ball game, but Blinn continues to threaten. But a turnover gives it right back to Tyler, 45-43, approaching 9 minutes into the second half. Holding the ball at Despy, bounce feed inside, intercepted, but knocked away right back to an Apache. Blinn got their hands on it, couldn't control it, and the ball rolls right back to an Apache. 12 on the shot clock. Porter has them spread out, looking for a screen around Collinsworth. Does. Right now, he's the only guy they can depend on to score, and he's going to shoot straight away. That's a back iron miss. Ball tipped up, and the last to touch was TJC, and it goes out of bounds. The Apaches need at least one other guy to step up and add a scoring threat because it's been all Porter. He has 24 of Tyler's 45 points, but they lead by 2. Adespi comes out, and Scott Turner checks back into the game for the Apaches, who lead by 2 with 10:35 left to play in the game. Left side feed, Judah Jordan hands the ball back to Calvin Carpenter. Carpenter to Jordan. Tyler in the zone. They leave Jordan a little room. Now to Carpenter. 9 on the shot clock. Jordan around the screen, over on the right wing, straight away 3, and they lead for the first time tonight. Washington hits a 3. 46-45 Blinn. Almost midway through the second half, Blinn leads for the first time since early in the ball game. 10:05 to go. Tyler with the ball. Left side Porter. Make that Tavian Anderson. Anderson just won't shoot the ball. He'll kick it back out to Porter. Porter, head fake, left side drive, in traffic, falls away, called for traveling, wave off everything. He missed, but it wouldn't have mattered. His first foul is the team's 5th, and the Apaches down 1, not able to generate much offense right now. Balin Seals will check in for Blinn, and Judah Jordan will check out. 9:54 to go in regulation. Blinn takes the lead, 46-45, over an offensively challenged Apache team right now. Really need a couple of more guys to step up offensively to help out Justin Porter. Buccaneers go right to left. They'll kick it up top to Tyler Washington. Washington to Jordan. Jordan, 2 dribbles. Over to Carpenter. Bounce feed to the low post. Back to Washington in the lane. Tip no good, but the second tip is good. And Washington drops it home. After a first miss, he gets the ball back and knocks it down. Blinn leads by 3, and the Apaches call a timeout. 9:28 left to play in regulation. Blinn 48 and Tyler 45. This is a 1-minute timeout on 92.1 FM The Team.
For over 50 years, Jeff Billings and Billings Tire Service have provided complete car care service to East Texas, and they continue to do so with your health and safety the #1 priority. The waiting area at 2150 West Grande Boulevard is sanitized and rearranged to ensure social distancing, or you can stay in your car during the service. Employees are taking added safety and sanitary precautions. Leave your keys in a drop box if needed. Both pickup and drop-off are available. Quality car care service with health and safety as top priority. Billings Tire Service, 561-JEFF and billingstire.net.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to make a really great sub, a deli slicer is how we do it. Fresh sliced and made right in front of you is what we've always done. It's what we've been doing. It's what we're always gonna do. Because meat and cheese, deli sliced thin, piled high and made to order, is just how a great sub should be done. So what are you doing? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
92.1 FM, The Team.
9:28 left to play in the second half. Blinn now leads Tyler 48-45. What was at one time an 11-point Apache lead whittled down to nothing. A shot a moment ago by Tyler Washington, but for 3 gives them the lead, and then they follow with another one. 48-45 is the current score, and the Apaches again get 24 of their 45 from one man, and that would be Justin Porter, the freshman from Cy Ridge. He has over half of their points, and that discrepancy with the next best scorer being Isaac Aguiar with 8. And the Apaches inbound, they've got the ball. They go left to right on your device, and Porter between the rings. Looks left, finds Turner. Turner throws the ball away. Tried to entry pass to Tavian Anderson, rejected that time and stolen by the Buccaneers, who are in control of the game at the moment. Coleman on the right side. Carpenter, I should say. Carpenter to Jordan. Judah Jordan, who's done a good job on point tonight. Looks left, throws it left to Braylon Seals. In the lane, Bonke, Mehring, turnaround, jump hook, got it. Mehring makes it a 5-point game. He's got 10 points. 50-45, Blinn Buccaneers with a lead. 8:50 to go. And Tyler's stuck in the mud right now. Justin Porter, right side, going right to left, fall away 3. This one's around and out, and he's all they've got right now. Somebody got to step up as Mehring gets the rebound, and Judah Jordan into the front court. Jordan goes left wing around the perimeter to Braylon Seals. Back to Jordan. Jordan in the corner. Seals to Carpenter. Carpenter to Seals. Left side. Good ball movement. Bounces out top. Over on the right wing. Carpenter's long 3 is a back iron miss. Tipped up and saved by Washington, but he saved it right to Justin Porter. The Apaches get a break that time. Porter to Turner. Make that to Michael. Over in the corner. Tyler looking for help, and maybe that'll do it. They get a 3 ball for Tavian Anderson, and somebody else steps up for the Apaches, who now trail by 2. They've got to get some bench scoring. 50-45, 50-48. The Apaches trail by 2 to the Blinn Buccaneers. Up top and a head fake for Jordan off the glass. No good. Whistle blows it dead. And a foul called against the Apaches. It will be their 6th. And this one's on Justin Porter. 16th foul on Tyler. And a shooting foul coming up for number 3, Judah Jordan. Came in averaging 4.3 a game. Check that. No, it is not a shooting foul. This isn't the NBA. And they'll inbound baseline. Carpenter to Washington. Over the head of Aguiar. Drops in a 15-footer for the bucket. And he has 8, make that 7 of his 12 here in the second half. The lead's 4, 52-48. Porter around a screen from Aguiar. Back to Aguiar. He measures a 3. That is good, but they blow the whistle before the shot. And I think this is a foul on Blinn, but the three-point shot may not count. Nice shot that time by Aguiar. And it is a foul on the Bucks. And it's on Tyler Washington, but the three-point shot will not count. That's Blinn's 3rd. The Apaches will inbound under the bucket to our right. 6 fouls on Tyler, only 3 on Blinn. And Anderson will throw a long inbound into Aguiar, who lost it momentarily, but Porter manages to save it, and there's contact at midcourt in the scramble for the ball, and Carpenter is called for the foul. That'll be their 4th, his 2nd, and the Apaches maintain possession. Blinn's starting to gain some confidence, and they're contesting all the passes. Anderson will inbound to Porter. We're at 7:29 left to go in regulation. TJC trailing with the ball. Aguiar right of the lane. Cross-court feed Anderson. Hit from there a moment ago. Instead will dribble toward the middle. He's going to try again. Up, no good. Tipped up, no good by Tyler. Anderson with the rebound, knocked out of bounds by the Buccaneers. Good effort on the offensive glass that time for the Apaches, but just couldn't get the shot to fall. And they will inbound under the bucket to our right with 7:12 left, and only 6 on the shot clock for the Apaches. They're going to reset the shot clock. Okay, 18 on the shot clock. They reset the shot clock to 18, and they'll bounce it into the corner. Dominic Michael around the perimeter right side to Anderson. Anderson to Aguiar in the lane. Aguiar has it knocked away. Scramble, tie ball. Tyler has the possession arrow. They've had modest success getting the ball inside to their big guys tonight, but every time that happens, Blinn collapses, and they're pretty athletic, and they've made it very difficult tonight on the Tyler big guys to score. Anderson will inbound again. They got 10 on the shot clock with 7:04 to go. And they're going to take a moment to mop up a wet spot, but thankfully this is not a leak, not a leaky roof. This is just a little sweat, I suppose. But again, in the third quarter of the first game, we had a straight-on roof leak that delayed the game for nearly 30 minutes. And that's why we're a little later tonight. Bounce inside for Aguiar, knocked away off the inbound feed, trying to hit Aguiar, the cutter, on the back door, but it's kicked out of bounds by the Blinn Buccaneers. So Tyler will do it again. 8 on the shot clock. 7:02 to go in the game. Long inbound feed up to Porter. Down to 7, down to 6. Porter looks right, drives that way, looking to put it up off the glass with 3 on the shot clock and got fouled as he went for the bucket that time on a layup try and got hit on the way in by Judah Jordan. That'll be the 5th team foul on Blinn, his 2nd, and that'll send Justin Porter to the line. He's got 24 in the game. 24, exactly half Tyler's points. First free throw is good. 25 for Justin. But again, they need a little more balance. Some others are going to have to step up if the Apaches are going to pull this one off tonight with 6:57 left to play in regulation. 52-49, Blinn with the lead. Tyler with a chance to cut it to 2 here as Porter goes to the free throw line and leaves his free throw short. Made one, missed one. Apaches trailed by 3. 6:50 to go in regulation. Across the timeline, Jordan entry pass to Maring. Maring over the shoulder flip to Washington, and they work it back out to Jordan. He starts a drive, loses the handle on the ball, and the turnover gives it back to Tyler. Lost the handle on it, fell to the floor, ball got loose, and TJC comes up with it. Again, they're down by a 1 possession with 6:40 left to play in a low-scoring, physical, kind of an ugly game right now. The Apaches not scoring very well so far, but they are in this ball game. And here's Anderson going up, and he got hammered off a left to right dribble. He got clobbered that time by Maring. I think it's going to be the foul on Maring. Anderson will go to the free throw line. See. Wait a second. There was contact there. They called that on Aguiar. Well, that's surprising. That was off the ball, it appeared. But Aguiar's called for a blocking foul, his 2nd, and that is number 7 on Tyler, so wave off everything. I thought that foul might have been on Blinn, but it was not. Tyler loses the possession. They're down 3. Blinn with the ball going right to left. In the lane, Seals. Seals to Coleman. Coleman from 12 drops it in from the baseline. Nicely done that time by Coleman. He's got 14. Little teardrop fall away with 54-49 and 6 minutes left to go. Tyler trailing by 5. Cross court, alley-oop down low intended for Aguiar. A little too hard. Aguiar tried to save it. Another mistake. And here goes the Blinn Buccaneers to Washington for 3, and he buries it. It's an 8-point ball game. Tyler's largest deficit as they trail 57-49 after the turnover, and they call another timeout to try to stem this tide. 5:39 left to play. Blinn 57, Tyler 49. And we are back in 1 minute on 92.1 FM, The Team.
Time to buy your next car or truck? Stop by Quality Investments and let me put you in the perfect ride. I'm Taylor Swinford, and I have a vehicle to fit your needs. Looking for a pre-owned luxury SUV or clean truck? Our location on Highway 69 North between Tyler and Lindale carries a large inventory of all makes and models. With in-house financing, you buy it here and you pay for it here. Find us at quality-investments.com and drive off today in the car, truck, or SUV you've always wanted. Quality-investments.com.
Now more than ever, it's important to find a career you can rely on. With more than 115 degree and certificate programs, TJC can help you get there. Whether you're pursuing a healthcare profession, an industrial trade, or you're taking your first steps to an advanced degree, you can find a program at TJC that will lead to a job you love. TJC gives you the best path to the future you've always dreamed of. Find out more and get started today at tjc.edu. That's tjc.edu.
92.1 FM, The Team.
Apaches down 8, inbound, trailing 57-49. They find Anderson open at the top, and he drops a 3 in. Much needed, 2nd of the second half. 57-52, Buccaneers by 5 over the Apaches. Maybe Anderson can help answer TJC's offensive struggles. Washington in the corner. Blinn with a 5-point spread. Inside that time, jump hook, no good that time by number 20, Colin Owens. Ball sticks between the rim and the backboard, and it'll belong to the Blinn Buccaneers. Mason Matthews up off the bench for the Apaches. Bucks will maintain the possession here. Last to touch before it's stuck was apparently an Apache. 5:03 to go. Inbounded to, oh man, that's clearly a traveling violation on Carpenter as he caught the inbound pass, jumped, hit the floor, tried to jump again. You can't do that. So that's a turnover, and TJC gets the door open in a two-possession game. As with under 5 minutes to go, Justin Porter across the timeline gets a screen from Collinsworth. Back to Aguiar. Aguiar for three, barely grazes the rim. Missed again from three-point land. Aguiar has only 4 points in the game tonight, and it is a 57-52 game with the Bucks controlling again. Judah Jordan, right side. Around the perimeter, Carpenter to Coleman. Left side, Washington has been dynamite in the second half. Missed here, though. But they get the loose ball right back. Washington misses again. And finally, after 2 tries and 2 Washington misses, Matthews comes out of there with it. Here's Porter. Porter to Matthews. Left side for Turner for 3. Nope, another miss. Back iron, tipped out of bounds. Tyler will control. Blinn the last to touch. Carpenter knocked that ball out of bounds, trying to get that defensive rebound. Reset the shot clock, 4:11 to go in the game. And the Bucks lead by 5. Matthews to inbound across the way in what would be the DJC administrator section, their employee section down on that lower left side. And the Apaches inbound the ball. Spread the floor. Porter, right side, head fake, drives the lane, has it stripped, picked back up by an Apache, Scott Turner, but he gets it knocked away. And they're not getting very good looks right now. With 3:50 left to go in the game, Bucks with the lead by 5 of the ball. They bring it across Coleman. Coleman to Carpenter. Entry pass inside. Jump hook by number 20, Owens is good. His first bucket of the night. Back to a 7-point game, 59-52. We're at 3:35 left to go, and the Apaches, a little bit of a quandary right now about how to make up this deficit because the only guy scoring is Justin Porter. Here's Anderson in the lane. Dump it down low to Aguiar. Aguiar puts it up. That goes with a foul. He waited for the defender to fly past him, put it in, and there's a foul on the Buccaneers. And that foul is on Tyler Washington. That's their 6th. And for Aguiar, he's up to 10 points in the ball game. Aguiar said earlier had 4. He had 6 in the first half. He's got 4 here. He's in double figures at 10. It was Blessing Adespe who has only 4 points in the game. But still in all, a little too much Justin Porter and not enough balanced scoring perhaps for the Apaches. And Blinn knows this, so Aguiar, perhaps he's the guy to step up. He missed the free throw. Tyler down 5. 3:18 left in regulation. Still plenty of time. If the Apaches can get a couple of defensive stops here. Judah Jordan between the circles. He gets it to Coleman. Coleman wearing 0 on that blue uniform. Takes it inside. Leaves it short. Aguiar with a rebound. Good defensive work inside by the big guys. Porter to Matthews. Matthews, a little off balance, has to retrieve it and get it back out to Porter. The Apaches call a play. They're down 5 with 2:50 to go. To Matthews. Matthews to Turner. He drives inside, off the glass, and down with a foul. This could be a 2-point game. Scott Turner with his first field goal of the night, and a foul called on their number 11, Bonky Merrick. That's, by the way, their 7th as well. So both teams are now in the bonus, and Scott Turner will go to the free throw line. Scoreboard's only saying 6. I think I've got him with 7. Yeah, 7 on the board now. And Scott Turner can make this a 2-point game, but does not. He misses the free throw. 59-56 with 2:40 left to play. Blinn with the lead in the ball, but the Apaches showing signs of life here in a 1-possession game. Whistle away from the ball. Contact. Davian Coleman's on the floor. Maybe a foul called against the Apaches. And this one's on Turner. 4th foul on Scott Turner, 8th on the Apaches. And that'll send Davian Coleman to the line. He's a very good free throw shooter. So assuming he hits both of these here, with 2:38 left, Tyler would be down by 5 in a 2-possession game. That's certainly manageable as Coleman knocks down the first free throw. He's got 15 in the game. He's been averaging right at 22 so far on the season, 4th best in the conference. And another free throw, assuming he makes it, would make it a 61-56 game, and he does. 16 for Coleman. Tyler down 5, 2:35 left to go in regulation. Right wing pass to Matthews, capable of hitting a 3, did not take it. They work it left side for Porter. Porter to Fatati. Fatati in the lane, make that to Anderson. The ball knocked away, and it's a tie ball. And the possession error to Tyler. Is that right? Is that what they called it? They call a foul. No, this is going to be a foul on the Apaches, and that's on number 33, Isaac Aguiar, his third. Scramble for that loose ball, ninth on the Apaches. And at the other end, it'll be free throws coming for Bonky Merrick. He's got 10 points in the game, and so tough break for Tyler. They're down 5. This would make it a 7-point game. He's a 75% free throw shooter, but misses the front end of the 1-and-1. So another break for the Apaches. Try to take advantage of it. 2:15 to go. 61-56. Turner sets a screen for Porter. Porter to Turner. Turner looks right, dribbles left. Looking for a little help, gets it back out with 13 on the shot clock, and Porter directing traffic here. Screen set by Turner, straightaway 3 on the way, yes, by Scott Turner, by Justin Porter to cut it to a 2-point game, 61-59 with $1:50 to go. Turner keeping him alive, and Tyler down 2 with 1:45 left in regulation. Carpenter with it up top to Coleman. Coleman off a screen, straightaway 3, a miss, and the Apaches rebound. Hanging in there. Mason Matthews clears it, and the Apaches will bring it up. 1.5 minutes to go in regulation. Tyler down 61-59. Porter, stop, start, drive. Banker in the lane. Got it with a foul. They can lead. How about Justin Porter with another bucket and a foul on Blinn, a blocking foul. The game's tied at 61. And that was on Calvin Carpenter. And Porter can give the lead back to TJC. They've been down by as many as 7, and now they lead. How about that? Porter makes it a 62-61 lead for the Apaches with 1:20 left in regulation. Into the front court goes Judah Johnson. Johnson gets a screen from Merring. Hand the ball back to Coleman. Coleman dribbles right, around a Tyler defender, puts it up. That ball is tipped no good, rebounded by nobody, and they're going to call a foul on Tyler. Loose ball fell on the rebound try by an Apache, and that's going to be on Aguiar. That'll be his 4th. He and Turner each have 4 fouls, and Tyler's at 10 now, so the double bonus to Bonky Merring as he goes to the line. He missed his last free throw. Free throw here would tie it. He does. We're tied at 62 with 1:06 left in regulation. Been a long night here, and we might still have overtime coming up. Second free throw, he got them both. Merring gives the lead back to Blinn, 63-62. Blinn with a 63-62 lead. Here's Porter in the front court. Screen from Turner. Porter looking left. Dribbles that way, between the legs. Free throw line jumper. Got it. Porter knocks down another one. Porter makes it 64-63. And there may be a timeout on the floor here as the Apaches take a 1-point lead with 52.4 to go. No timeout. Porter with the bucket. And here we go. The last minute of regulation. Tyler up 1. 64-63 with 52.4 to go. And the Apaches now need a defensive stop. Both teams are over the foul limit. Tyler has 10, Blinn has 8. May come down to a free throw shooting contest with 49 seconds left. Coleman, left side, dribbles to the top, to Carpenter, bounce down low, and Merring with a nice baseline putback. 65-64 Blinn. 40 seconds left. Tyler with the ball. Justin Porter with it. 36 seconds left. 23 on the shot clock. Here's Porter. Free throw line. Leading one-hand jumper. No good. Ball tipped around. Rebounded by Blinn with 28. And a foul called. No, a traveling called on Judah Jordan. He was trying to get out of traffic and travels with the ball. The Blinn bench is up on that one. Tyler down 1. But they've got the ball with 27.5 to go and the shot clock off and a timeout on the floor. They can shoot for the win. Blinn by 1 over the Apaches with 27.5 to go. And this is a 1-minute timeout on 92.1 FM, The Team.
Hey, it's Doc Deason with Real Edge Real Estate in Tyler. Thanks for being part of today's TJC broadcast. As a proud Apache myself, it's an honor to help bring today's game to you. And after last year, one thing I believe we'll always appreciate a little more is TJC athletics. When I'm not following the Apaches, I'm helping folks buy and sell property. If I can help you, feel free to call me, 903-262-8680. That's 262-8680. Check me out at DocDeasonRealEstate.com.
For over 50 years, Jeff Billings and Billings Tire Service have provided complete car care service to East Texas, and they continue to do so with your health and safety the number one priority. The waiting area at 2150 West Grande Boulevard is sanitized and rearranged to ensure social distancing, or you can stay in your car during the service. Employees are taking added safety and sanitary precautions. Leave your keys in a drop box if needed. Both pickup and drop-off are available. Quality car care service with health and safety as top priority. Billings Tire Service, 561-JEFF, and BillingsTire.net.
92.1 FM, The Team.
Tyler averaging about 65 a game, and that's about where we are right now. That's where the Apaches are playing their games right now. But the good news is they can shoot for the win here. 27.5 to go. They trail Blinn 65-64, but Tyler has the ball and the shot clock is off. The Apaches can shoot for the win here, or shoot earlier if the opportunity presents itself. Anderson will inbound, and the Apaches have a chance here to maybe win the game in regulation. Justin Porter with it. 24 seconds to go. Porter at the top, around the screen. Looking right. Scott Turner. Back off. Fall away from 16. He got it. The Apaches lead. Turner drops one in from 18. 14 seconds left. Tyler leads it by one. Buccaneers call timeout. How about Scott Turner with a clutch 16-foot jumper, and the Apaches have a 1-point lead, and now it's Blinn's turn. We're back in 1 minute on 92.1 FM, The Team.
When Jersey Mike's gives a sub some sizzle, the hot grill is the way. Every cheesesteak we make starts fresh, made to order atop a sizzling hot flat-top grill. The right way. The way meat, cheese, and peppers are prepared their piping hot best. It's the way Jersey Mike's has been doing it all along. Because when you're making a cheesesteak, a sizzling flat-top grill is really the only way. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Time to buy your next car or truck? Stop by Quality Investments that let me put you in the perfect ride. I'm Taylor Swinford, and I have a vehicle to fit your needs. Looking for a pre-owned luxury SUV or clean truck? Our location on Highway 69 North between Tyler and Lindale carries a large inventory of all makes and models. With in-house financing, you buy it here and you pay for it here. Find us at quality-investments.com and drive off today in the car, truck, or SUV you've always wanted. Quality-investments.com.
92.1 FM, The Team.
12.3 seconds left in regulation. Apaches lead Blinn by one, but the Bucks are about to inbound the ball and perhaps shoot for the win. Carpenter to inbound. Does to Judah Jordan. Down to 9 seconds left. Jordan dribbling left. Picked up by an Apache. Down to 5 seconds. Down to 4. Jordan up top. Looking for Carpenter. Shoots the long one short with 1 second left. No good. And rebounded by the Apaches, and they win the game by one. The best shot the Buccaneers could get was a long three from the wing. It was short. Tyler got the ball, and the buzzer sounds, and the Apaches come away with a 66-65 victory over the Blinn Buccaneers. Wow, here at Wagstaff Gym. We're back after this 3-minute timeout on 92.1 FM, The Team.
Now more than ever, it's important to find a career you can rely on. With more than 115 degree and certificate programs, TJC can help you get there. Whether you're pursuing a healthcare profession, an industrial trade, or you're taking your first steps to an advanced degree, you can find a program at TJC that will lead to a job you love. TJC gives you the best path to the future you've always dreamed of. Find out more and get started today at tjc.edu. That's TJC.